Hello, demigods, monsters, and gods alike. This is the Olympus Report. Oh my gods. Half-Bloods, we legit have the biggest news ever since the adaptation was announced. I'm still reeling. We're getting another Percy Jackson book, The Chalice of the Gods. You heard right. For the first time since The Last Olympian came out in 2009, we're getting a Percy Jackson novel from Percy and only Percy's perspective. While the Heroes of Olympus did continue Percy's story, it wasn't solely a Percy Jackson book, as it centered around the main 7 demigods. But Chalice of the Gods is all Percy and will reunite Percy, Annabeth, and Grover on a new adventure. Chalice of the Gods takes place after Heroes of Olympus, but before the Trials of Apollo, and thus before Magnus Chase and the newest Nico book to come out, The Sun and the Star. This time, Percy isn't worried necessarily about saving the world, but more worried about getting into college in New Rome. He needs 3 letters of recommendation from the gods, and I can imagine that's probably going to be quite the hassle. First quest, the cupbearer of the gods, Ganymede, is missing his chalice. Not only is this embarrassing, it's also a potential disaster since any mortal who happens to drink from the cup will gain immortality. Percy, Annabeth, and Grover will have to find the chalice and return it to Ganymede before anyone realizes he lost it. These gods, they really need GPS tags on their magic items, don't they? It sounds amazing and hilarious, and I cannot wait to see Percy, Annabeth, and Grover back on the page. Rick has been asked some questions about the book, and here's what he had to answer. You mentioned several outlines for new Percy books. Will you write those too? My editor is wondering the same thing. Let's see how it goes with the Chalice of the Gods. As I mentioned before, I am trying to stick to 1 book at a time right now because I have so much on my plate with the various TV/film adaptations we have underway. Will the new Percy book be more YA than middle grade since Percy is older? Nope. Middle grade sensibility is where I live, friends. Yes, Percy is older, and so his situations are not the same as when he was 12. He sounds a bit older in this book. He is thinking about his life in college and beyond, but the tone is still the same, and the content is no more risque than it is in the original series. I want the books to continue to be suitable for middle grade readers, though readers of all ages are welcome. Will you kill anyone? You probably will, won't you? No deaths are currently scheduled for this book. Checks notes. Yup, almost certainly not. Like 95% sure, maybe 90%. Also, this book happens before the Trials of Apollo. Percy, Annabeth, and Grover all appear very much alive at different points in the Trials of Apollo. So, which means our main trio is safe and will continue to be alive. And this also means that Jason is currently alive. Will we see, insert favorite character, in this book? This is meant to be a story about the original trio, Percy, Annabeth, and Grover. So most of the story revolves around them. You may hear little hints about what is going on with other characters in Percy's universe. But for the most part, it's the OG crew. Will you do a tour for the book? We haven't nailed down any details, but probably yes. As I said, the book is meant to be a thank you to fans and a celebration of the TV series. So we are timing Chalice to come out shortly before the series airs. But again, exactly when the series airs has not been determined yet, so stay tuned for that. When I know more details, I will post them here on my blog. This is just so exciting, demigods. I honestly didn't believe I'd ever step back into the Percy universe with new content. But now, not only do we have a new Nico book coming out, we have a new Percy book coming out, and possibly more. Chalice of the Gods is slated to come out in September of 2023. So still a bit ways away, but less than the TV adaptation. Whew, that was a lot, but that about wraps it up. Let me know which character you're hoping makes an appearance in the Chalice of the Gods. And as always, until next time, please stay safe.